Hello, in this video I would like to show you Hetzner, a cloud provider that has a VPS server, dedicated server, web hosting, load balancer, storage and things like that. I'm using Hetzner for more than 2 years to host my European websites. Recently, Hetzner also released a data center in USA in Ashburn area. So I was thinking to show you exactly what Hetzner has to offer and what it Hetzner performance in terms on of a VPS provider. I've also written an article here on my blog with all the details. So let's go and see what Hetzner has to offer. First, some of the Hetzner competitors are DigitalOcean and Vultr or Linode. So all of these services are addressing the same population or same area. So first, let's go and see Hetzner. This is their website, hetzner.com, and here you see the services they have to offer. So for our purpose, we're going to see some of the cloud services that they are offering. Here are the VPS ones, and here you can see their locations. Right now they are in Germany, Finland, and in USA area. So these are the cloud location where you can purchase your VPS. In in here you have the default default VPS that they're offering. They're offering both Intel and AMD. Intel it's available also in Europe. In US you don't have the Intel option. I don't know why, but this is how it is. So you see here like the prices that they have, they are very good. You see like you can get with about $5 and 2 CPU, 2 GB of RAM and 40 GB of disk space VPS. And for these prices they are very good. For instance, DigitalOcean and Vultr or Linode, with this kind of resources you will need to pay about $15 for it. And yeah, this is the more budget friendly option for you than DigitalOcean or Vultr. Okay, if you want also a dedicated virtual CPU, you can also choose these options. This option is more expensive, but you will have your own CPU. If you have a CPU intensive application or website, you see here that the price is starting from 2 CPUs with 8 GB of RAM from about 23 euros, and you can go upper and take a bigger shape if you want. These are the AMD options, and in here you have the Intel options. So this is what Hetzner has to offer in terms of prices and locations. So next we're gonna go and check the interface. So this is the Hetzner interface behind the scenes. In here you have like projects that you may have. In here I have the Europe servers, and in here I have some servers. As you can see here I have one VPS that it's up for more than 2 years. I didn't have any issues with it. Lately I've written and created some videos of how you can install your monitoring website tool, or how you can install a Google Analytics alternative. And I have decided to use Hetzner to host them with Docker. I will let a link into these video descriptions for the other two videos if you want to see them. But this is the Hetzner interface. In here you have the snapshot options, backups, groups. In the left side you have volume, load balancer, floating IPs network if you want to create firewalls and things like that. For instance, if we go to this server, this is the test server that I've created, and we're gonna test with cPanel. It's in USA and is the lowest one. It has 2 virtual CPUs and 2 GB of RAM. has been just created yesterday. In here we can see their interface, the IP. In here we have the options to power off, power on or off. You have the console. In here we have some graphs, for instance, with the CPU and the disk throughput, disk IOPS, and network traffic in live. Here you have the backups, snapshot, load balancer, and things like that. You have the power, you have the ISO images, things like that. You can rescale or rebuild this, you can delete it. So it's offering similar functionalities like DigitalOcean and the others. If you want to create an VPS, it's easy. Just go and add a server. In here you choose your location. From here you choose your image. You have like Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, CentOS. In here you have it. Rocky Linux, which is the replacement for the CentOS. Here you have the options, standard and dedicated CPU. You choose the shape from here. You can add volumes, you can add it to a network, you can configure firewall. You have additional features like backups. If you want to add, it will cost you 20% from the value of the VPS. Here you choose your SSH key or add one if you want to log into the environment, and here you set up the name. So in this way you are setting up the a VPS with Hetzner. It's easy and it has a nice interface. I already have one server created, and next we are gonna log into this server and we are gonna test it and see how it does. I've also installed WordPress and CyberPanel here, so we can see how WordPress it's doing. So in here I've already did a test before when the VPS was initially created without anything installed on it, and with eApps, this is a tool that can help you benchmark your VPS. These are the results. I will just run it again and see what are the results now. When you have also CyberPanel, you need to remember that the CyberPanel is also using right now CPU and things like that, and it may be some differences in here for CPU. So let's log into this server. So I have already logged into the server. Here I am. You can see the CyberPanel test. I will do a top just for you to see what is happening. Here you see that the situation is quite stable in here. There aren't a lot of things that is happening. Next, let's go and run the test. Okay, let me copy the command from here. This is a command that you need to run to benchmark this. Let's run it and see how it does. Okay, right now the test has started, and let's see how it does. I will pause the video and come back at the end after everything is finished, so we can see the results. The benchmark has finished running, and in here we can check the results. Let's see the disk speeds in here. You can see that the 4K and 64K results. 4K are not that big, but this is how the NVMe or SSDs are working. You see here, like when the block size it's normal, you see results that are very good. They are having more than 2 GB in read and write speed, so this is very good performance. Here you can see the network speed on the IPv4 option. You see here, like the only slow one, it's for the London UK provider. I'm not sure what exactly that is, but if you check the others, like for Paris and especially for USA, you have some pretty good results. You see here, like the receive speed. It's 5 gigabytes, so it has a very good connectivity to the network. Similar results can be seen also for the IPv6. Also in here you can see the results of Geekbench 5 benchmark test. The results are good, and if you need more details, can be checked in this link. Yeah, these are the results are lesser than the test done before with just a couple of points, because right now we're having also the web server that it's running there. So if you need more, you can check this, but these results are very good, especially if you think that you have an VPS that it's only costing you $5 a month. Next, let's go and see other tests. So besides this test that I've done to the VPS, I've also installed WordPress in there, and I have run some duty metrics test and page speed test. So this is the WordPress website that it's hosted there. It is from Hetzner, ht.beatles.com, and in here I've installed the Cadence and also installed the Open Lightspeed Cache plugin, and added the template that I have for digital agency services. It's not optimized at all, it's just like they have used it. You see here you have also the blog, and you have the articles that they have in the content. So this is a full website with everything that you need. I'm not using any optimization for images or any CDN, and this is the theme. Now let's go and test this. You see here that I already did a test. It is from San Antonio, Texas, USA. So I'm running this from USA. You see that the results are quite good. You have an E grade for the score. This is for the desktop one. You see here, like if you add an CDN and do some more optimization, you can increase this. This scores. Let's retest it and see if anything is changed. Let's see the results and how the website is doing when we run the test again. The results may vary in function of the connectivity between these websites. Okay, you see here that the results are similar. I also did a page speed test. In here with our defaulting. This is done for mobile and for the desktop. For the desktop, in here you have everything at 99, and for the mobile there's something that needs to be enhanced. This can be done from the customizations. So you see here, like you had a lot of elements on this page. There are like 1035, but without any optimizations, this VPS has a very good speed. You can increase this if you want with additional performance optimization for WordPress. Another test that I have I've did besides these two is to measure the load and send about 200 visitors to the website. I've used K6 for this test. So right now we're gonna do the same. We're gonna log in and hit a test to see how this is doing. So in here I'm already on the VPS. I'll just hit the top and let it like this, and in here I will log into our test server. Okay, let's go. I have it in this one, and we can start and run a live test. Let me log in. Okay, I have the script in here, case 6. So I've created a test script with case 6 that I'm gonna run. Okay, this is just going to the home page and nothing more. Let me configure this. So I will use the website that is created and I will send 200 visitors. I will run this test. It will run for about 100 seconds. This should be enough to see if the server has what it needs to handle 200 visitors in the same time. 200 visitors in the same time, it's a lot of visitors. Imagine that even if you have like 1,000 visitors a day, they will not all come in the same seconds. So I've started this test right now. The test it's running, and if we go in here and check the other server to see the top, we see that the Lightspeed processes are started, but the load is very low of this server. You see here like there aren't basically any load in here, and the server can even even work with higher number of visitors if you want to test. So you see that the test is running, everything it's going there. It has been about 46 seconds. We need to wait for 1,040 seconds for all this to finish, and then we can see the results. They're also on my website, the previous test that I did. Let's see how it does on the second test. Hetzner, it's quite good from my point of view because of the low price, and it's offering reliable services. In my 2 years with them, I didn't have any problems. There wasn't any downtime for my VPS server. So that's why I'm glad that Hetzner decided to create a VPS in USA, because I can use it on the websites that I have there to reduce the costs. So in here we can see that the results are finished. You see that data received and data sent for this, the test completed. You see here like there weren't any requests failed, so the web server managed to have the load handled very good. In here, another metric that is important is the duration. In here you see that the duration of verge 1 it's about 1 and 4 seconds, and yeah, the max was 1 second and 81 seconds. So the load test went very good, and this shape, the GPS shape that it's about